Shalom. This video is for those that are struggling with pork. Coming to the truth, we found out that we were not supposed to eat pork, and that is unclean for us. Leviticus 11:7 tells us, "In the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you." The problem with some people have with pork is the fact that some of the older folks, like myself, we've lived off of pork all our lives, and we've grown to love pork, and it's hard to put pork down. So this video is for those that are struggling on putting the pork down. You would think the Father would tell us more about the pork, but he didn't. He just told us it's unclean to us. And so I'm going to show why or how it's unclean for us and why we shouldn't be eating it. It's also mentioned in Deuteronomy 14:8 that swine is unclean to us. Okay, here I want you to note something here. I don't know, this is on Wikipedia, but one of the things that this pig, he come from a genus of his family, and it's come from the SUS. And see, SUS, a lot of people don't realize, they don't understand what SUS, it means pig. That's where they knew what they were doing when they created that name, Jesus, Jesus. But that's where it came from. So let's go down to let's see. Let me see a little bit more. Yeah. Health issues. Okay. Alright, listen to this. Pigs can harbor a range of parasites and diseases that can be transmitted to humans. So this what makes the pig unclean. He is full of parasites and worms. They actually they gave them big names for them. And I'm not going to try to pronounce most of these names, but excuse me if I mispronounce these names. Trichinosis. These are nothing but worms. They are full of worms. You have another cysticercosis and brucellosis. The brucellosis is bacteria. So not only he's full of worms, but he's full of bacteria. His insides, his all the way from his digestive, he's full of worms, and he's unclean. He's full of parasites. They are full of parasites, and they recommend, that you cook him till you kill those worms. And that's another thing. You should not want to eat something that you have to kill the worms before you eat it. And so basically, although we ate it all our lives, we got a lot of sicknesses that we got from it, and we didn't know where some of those sickness came from. But it came from that pork, that pig, and it's highly unhealthy. You also know that the pig can carry the swine flu, and people can get swine flu from the pigs, and pigs can also they can get the flu from humans. So it goes both ways. They eat any and everything. This is one of the biggest reasons you should not want to eat a pig. The pig will eat any and everything. They're great for farmers. If a farmer that have farms and he's raising animals, that pig will keep that farm clean. He eats everything, even down to the feces. He will eat his own feces. That's just his nature. He eats everything. Let's see. The CDC states that more than 100, listen at this. The CDC states that more than 100 viruses come to the U.S. each year from China through pigs. So you think that your pigs come only from America, and that's not true. Some of the pigs comes from China. Another thing about the pigs, he have a very poor digestive system. It takes a pig 4 hours to digest the food, whereas compared to a cow, it takes 24 hours for the food to go through the digestive tract. And the problem there is when the food goes through so fast, it doesn't have time to get rid of the toxins. So all the toxins in the pig is still inside when you kill them and when you eat them. The toxin is there. Here's another point. In the U.S., did you know that U.S. pork is banned in many countries? In 160 countries, they have banned the pork from the U.S. because of a drug that they use in the U.S. It's illegal in other countries, and that's the reason that they don't sell pork from America. And that drug speeds up the growth of the pig. They live in very unhealthy, the way they raise them. They don't raise them, they just raise them to make this. It's a money thing. And so they're living in tight quarters. The moms, you can look into it, look up some videos. You can see that the moms, they pretty much in little tiny cages where they can't move around, and they're sickly, they're diseased, and this is what they're feeding the people. Let me show you one other thing. Like I said, they eat any and everything. They are scavengers. I failed to mention it. They are scavengers. They are scavengers, and they eat any and everything. Now, here is a pig, and you can look this up. You can see this video, and this pig is someone captured video of this pig eating a dead dog. So they eat dead animals. They will eat, like I said, they will eat anything. Watch this.
Hey, this is a pig. I mean a dog. That's why we don't eat pork. You know what I mean? And this is one I've specially designed to go on Facebook. Remember with dog. Oh my God.
So you can see here, this pig is eating this like this is something good to eat. This dog could have died from any kind of disease or anything, and they would eat anything, whether it's diseased or not. So this is what, this is their nature. This is who they are. And the Father knew that we should not be eating them because they are unclean. They're unclean to us. And you should do some more research and dig a little deeper of the nature of the pig and how he's a scavenger and eats any and everything. Shalom.